3 years ago, the Vocaloid community lost two of its producers. Two people who contributed to the success and diversity of the medium, helped foster it and build it up to what it is today. Both of them also left us with a final piece of music shortly before their untimely passing. However, these two are not the same, and their stories leave us with very different things to remember and consider with regard to our own lives. One is a story of joy and the assurance that life is wonderful, and the other a bleak and truly tragic reminder that it can be very, very painful. I'm of course talking about the producers Samfree and Shiina Mota respectively, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about these two, what they gave us, and what we can take away from the life that they lived. Shiina Mota was born in March of 1995, and throughout his 6 years as a Vocaloid producer made tracks with a unique composition and tone that were only indistinctly his own. For those who haven't listened to any of his music, Pinocchio P is probably the composer who comes closest to the tone of music that Shiina Mota made. Music that wasn't afraid to break conventions or discuss whatever it wanted. And for the trained ear, that is certainly the thing that sticks out most about Shiina Mota's discography. He was able to use dissonant and crunchy chords and build intricate and syncopated percussive lines beneath them. The man was truly a gifted composer, much more so than many people who use Vocaloid today. He didn't just turn out bland pop. He really took Vocaloid and ran with it in a direction that was innovative and beautiful. What's most memorable to me about Shiina Mota's songs, though, are the underlying messages therein. If I had to surmise his discography in a single word, it would be struggle. Shiina Mota's music was all about the understanding that life is difficult, that the world can be cruel and unfair. There are some pieces that indulge in this pain for a while, like the beautiful Skyfish. But when thinking about the general tone of his work, I always think of the chorus of the Strobe series, which knowingly and gently pushes you forward through all of the pain. His music is about appreciating life and closeness with others in spite of all the hardship. And along with that persistence is a constant sense of gratitude. Shiina Mota's music so often calls to mind the value of interaction and having relationships with others. When looking at his music as a whole, you can clearly see a thematic through line about having contact with others, about how special and powerful these bonds can be. Shiina Mota cries of persistence, of struggle, and of beauty. But unfortunately, life is a game we do not always win. Shiina Mota passed away in July of 2015, and while the exact cause of death has never been released for obvious reasons, it is almost certainly the result of suicide. And even if it wasn't a suicide that took his life, we know for certain that Shiina Mota did not leave us in a healthy state of mind. The final track that Shiina Mota released, and on the very same day of his passing, is a song called Please Give Me a Red Pen, and it is genuinely hard to listen to. The song documents all of Shiina Mota's negativity and helplessness leading up to his death. It sings of a desire to do life over, to fix everything that went wrong. Like many of his older works, it sings of admiration and reliance, but shows the effect of these safety nets failing. It's a song about loss, feeling worthless, and wanting a second chance that you feel is beyond you. The song ends on a series of dissonant piano chords that are painful to listen to. Music is a powerful tool of expression. Emotions and ideas can be conveyed through the medium in ways that can't be replicated anywhere else. And the fact that the final notes of this musician's career, of his life, are the final notes of this song really tear me apart. And the truly ironic thing is that Please Give Me a Red Pen is beautiful. Compositionally, it's my favorite song that Shiina Mota ever produced. It's a true tragedy that it had to come at the cost of his life. Just a month after the passing of Shiina Mota, we lost another producer as well, a man by the name of Samfree. Samfree was a titan in the Vocaloid community and was making music all the way back in 2007. And while he made plenty of classics, the songs he's certainly most known for are the Night series. Luka Luka Night Fever, Lily Lily Burning Night, Miki Miki Romantic Night, these are all immensely popular songs and are directly responsible for getting many people into Vocaloid. I characterized Shiina Mota's discography as a legacy of struggle and persistence. For Samfree, I think the best word to describe his tone is joy. His music is so often about fun and happiness. When it wasn't exploding off the screen with manic excitement, it was soothing and comforting. There were of course a couple songs that were heavier and more introspective, but I'll forever remember Samfree above all else as a man who made fun and subtly moving music. Like with Shiina Mota, he too left us with a song before his passing. Samfree died of sudden cardiac failure, the exact details of which are unknown. Just about a month before this tragic turn of events, however, Samfree released Mind Voice, the last song he would ever write, and one of the most inspiring pieces of music I have ever heard. Mind Voice is a resounding message that life is worth living, and there is no one meaning to life. It's a powerful and uplifting ballad that tells you not to worry, that life will run its course regardless of what we do or don't do, so we may as well live proudly in the moment. There's no one standard to hold or weigh the value of your life against. At the end of the day, we're all just living. We all go through the same motions, and we'll all reach the same end. And that isn't something you need to be scared of. We should pursue our happiness no matter how mundane or pointless it may seem, because there is no right answer, merely how we each choose to answer life's greatest question. Looking back at these two is emotional in many ways, but something I truly believe rings true throughout their music is that life is worth living. Even with Shiina Mota's life ending in tragedy, songs like the Strobe series and Equation really move me to my core, instilling an assurance that we will find a way if we keep struggling on, that togetherness is priceless. Samfree's music is an absolute joy to listen to, asking merely that the listener be happy and enjoy life for a moment. And in the end, Mind Voice truly speaks to me and pushes me to be better. Because while the words themselves may be things you've heard elsewhere, they could not be more real or tangible here. Samfree, at the end of his life, truly believed that life is amazing, that the only answer to life's meaning we ever needed was the one that we made for ourselves. The same sort of sincerity also applies to Please Give Me a Red Pen. As much as the song hurts and as tragic as it is, to the very end, Shiina Mota sang about admiration and love, because even though losing them is what broke him, having them is what propped him up for so long. Life is fragile, and life is finite. But more than any of that, life is a beautiful thing. Just being alive, knowing the people I love, and being able to pursue my own desires is a wonderful thing. We don't have eternity to make life special. Life is so short and we have such a limited time to make something of it. But therein lies the beauty, because there is no right answer. At the end of your life, you'll be the only one who decides how special or meaningful that life is. And so the best thing you can do in memory of these producers is to live. Make connections, have fun, and live. Life is hard. Life is unfair. There are plenty of times in which I just wish that a bus would hit me and that life would stop. But even then, I don't regret the life that I lived, the moments that I was happy, and the time I shared with others. Many of us may never find an answer, but that's okay, because there was never one to begin with. I hope you all can be happy, that you find your own ways to keep living and keep going, and that they may carry you far into the future. And while you're at it, listen to these two's music. It's certainly time well spent. Thank you.